Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to another Kleiner Masterclass. Where we're going to be exploring a lot of things, where we're going to have an understanding of a lot of things, where we're going to learn a lot, and most importantly, where we're going to have fun. I'm Isisa Malaho, and I'm going to be taking you through what we're yet to understand today. Of course, at this point, we're just a few on the call, but of course, once again, as we already know, more people will be joining us as we are moving on. So we're gonna have a great time. For that to be the case, though, for us to be able to explore what it means to get into crypto, what it means to get into forex, for us to be able to explore what does a crypto wallet really mean, and why should you get one, or should you get one? It's something that's all about just maybe a trend, somewhat what people just talk about, and it's not really something you should be looking to get as well. Is it meant for just a particular group of people? Is that the case? Is a crypto wallet something like a pouch? Is a crypto wallet just like a bank account? Or is a crypto wallet the new way to make $2 billion in 2 hours? Okay, we've heard a lot of things about crypto wallets. Most people already have a kind of wallet installed on their devices, maybe Trust Wallet. That's like the a very, very popular one, right? But what really is it used for? So many people, the reason why they have this wallet is because they have decided that, you know what, I actually want to go about, actually want to go ahead to, actually want to go ahead to just give me a moment. Yeah. So the reason why many people have gotten this crypto wallet or something is because they feel, oh, I know a friend. I know John. John is doing something similar. Oh, I know Peter. Peter is doing something similar. Oh, I know Jasmine. Jasmine is doing something similar as well. And if you're getting a crypto wallet, a trust wallet in this case, because like I said, that's the most popular one, that it's still going to be amazing. And then you start getting airdrops. Most people, I would say that 30%, I'll scratch that. Maybe we could bump that up to 50%, just a tiny bit, okay? That have the majority of people that own a wallet too, they usually don't know what's used for. They just have a bunch of airdrops or a bunch of pre-launched coins, just hoping that some tokens will become coins later on. But that's what we're yet to actually explore. We're yet to explore what does it really mean to own a crypto wallet? Should you own one? What does it mean? What does it do? And how can you get started either as a sports analyst or as just a moment. Okay, how you can get started as a sports analyst or as a forex analyst. That's something that we are also exploring as well. Because for most of us on the call, for most people, maybe we could say 98% of people that have joined the Kleiner community, there's a reason why you've done that. There's something that you are searching for. And what's that? The fact that you are looking to get started either as a sport analyst or to get started as a forex analyst. The fact that you've been very, very interested in the crypto space. The fact that Web2 is something that you've taken a look at before. And you want to see how you can generate a passive stream of income using this means. And that's what Kleiner is here for. That being said, a little brief about Kleiner, what we do, what we're about, why we are here. So Kleiner is an EdTech company, and our goal is to ensure that your goals are achieved. Kleiner is an EdTech company, and the reason why we are here is because of you. I will give you a little story. Just this session is not going to, let's say in less than an hour, we're going to be done, okay? But I will tell you a little story about the way Kleiner came about. Okay, so we started Kleiner due to the amount of losses. I'm just to a quick story. So when I was looking to get into the crypto space, the crypto space years and years ago, I couldn't really find any great place to learn. Of course, I had some money because in my career, I've been in data for a long while. So I've been in data for a very long while. Okay, maybe you even know me, or maybe you don't. But anyways, so and I had a lot of money, and I decided, okay, you know what? Why don't I go into crypto? Why don't I get my money to generate some other income? And then I researched, trying to find a place that you could learn. And most of the things that we saw were things that were just glorifying aspects that should not be glorified. And this is what I mean. You've probably heard of the Sigma Bros or the alpha males in quotes, where you say things like, "Oh, I just got into crypto 2 days, and in 2 hours I was able to buy a Lamborghini." It's usually a Lamborghini. Okay, I was able to do this, and in 2 days I was able to achieve this as well. A lot of pressure. You see a lot of that, but you really don't get to see how you can learn in a structured way, where you're actually taught the tools. You're not just taught out, you're not just given fish, but taught how to fish. And what I mean by that is not just a place where you go to and the only thing you get are signals. So this is the signal. Moving. Some people sell their signals, right? But no, how do you get to learn where you can learn how you can generate your own signals, how you can be an analyst. That's the reason it's called being an analyst and not just a trader. That you are able to carry out your own trades and that you are able to make the best decision. And of course, at the end of the day, get that passive income which you're actually searching for. And that's why Kleiner is here to cater for you. It doesn't matter if maybe you are within the ages of 30, 35, 20, 45, we're here for you. Okay, and that's what we do. But moving on, the session today is actually divided into three different sections. And the three different sections, first of all, we're going to take a look at how crypto wallet works, and then we'll take a look at how you can achieve success, and also a cohort that's going to begin in July. So we have another cohort that's going to begin on July 5th. A cohort is currently running, and of course, the participants have been learning a lot. So we're going to have another cohort that's going to begin July 5th, and you get to see and get to learn how you can be a part of that. Okay, so but first and first, there's a reason why we're here, and what's that? How can you get into what's a crypto wallet? That's the first thing that we have to understand. A crypto wallet, when you think of a crypto wallet, think about your bank account, or you could think about a pouch. Okay, so when I say pouch, let me draw a pouch so you understand what I mean. Okay, so let me draw a pouch. This is what I mean by a pouch. So this is what I mean by a pouch, like a bag. Okay, if you are familiar with what was going on in the 90s or in the 80s before banking became a big thing, you'd understand pouches where you store coins and all of that. So a crypto wallet is like a pouch, but a digital pouch. And what does a digital pouch mean? It's a place where you store money, where you store coins. But what kind of money? What kind of currency? The virtual kind, the crypto kind. A crypto wallet, it lets you manage your Bitcoin, it lets you manage your Ethereum. It's like, just like I said, it's like a bank account, but a digital version. And the fact that it's just like a bank account, but a digital version, that means that it comes with some features that you are not going to be able to get with the bank account, with your normal bank account, which we're going to explore again. Don't forget, there's a reason Kleiner is here, and that's to help you achieve your goals. Okay, so if there's anything you forget about this session we are holding, don't forget this. Kleiner is here to help you achieve your dreams. So if someone asks you what's Kleiner about, oh, Kleiner, they're Santa Claus. So whatever you want, they'll make it happen when it comes to crypto and forex, right? If you achieve your goals and showing that you actually learn how you can be an analyst. But yeah, so that's what a crypto wallet is. And there are actually two main kinds of crypto wallets, talking about the hot wallet and the cold wallet. The hot wallet is the wallet that is connected to the internet. And what this means is that it's a wallet that you actively use. Maybe we could also refer to this as a real-time wallet. And a real-time wallet, that's you use that for your transactions. And a popular example is the Trust Wallet. Everyone knows the Trust Wallet. Okay, everyone knows that. So that's a popular example of your hot wallet. So you have your coins in there, your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, your tokens, all of that. You have that in this wallet, and then the wallet is connected to the internet, and then you can use that wallet for sending and receiving coins. Okay, sending and receiving coins, sending and receiving tokens. And then you also have the cold wallet. The cold wallet is more of an offline wallet, And what that means is it's more about a storage, because when it comes to having wallets, and we're going to get into this, there's something known as a secret phrase, but we're going to get into this. Okay, just stay with me. But so you have the cold wallet. Think about the cold wallet as a bank account that you're not able to withdraw from. Many of us, many of us, we have bank accounts that we don't use, that we just store money in. Maybe you've not linked that bank. For example, if you're in Nigeria, maybe you've not linked your bank accounts with using your BVN or your NIN or something, and so you're not allowed to withdraw money from the account. But as we all know, you can put money into the account. So you are allowed to put in money, but you're not allowed to withdraw money. So you can put in money, but you can't withdraw money. So think of the offline wallet as something like that, where you can store in your coins, and because it's not connected to the internet, the chance of your wallet being hacked, the chance of you losing your assets is very, very low, because it's more like a storage. It's just like you're keeping money under your in your ceiling or under the bed, something like that. Okay, but again, this is more secure because this is digital, just that it's not connected to the internet. So offline wallet is just like your local drive. If you know what a local drive means, a local drive is your memory. So maybe on your PC you have a local drive, on your phone you have a local drive. That means that the only way you can get access to the content is when you actually have that device. Unlike when you use clouds, for example, the iCloud, or you use the Google Drive, now that's in the cloud and you can get access to that from any location as long as you have the logins. So that's the difference between the hot wallet and the cold wallet. Now, when it comes to the wallet, especially the hot wallet, okay, you have the secret phrase. Now, what's a secret phrase? Think of your secret phrase as your account PIN, your account details. So you're trying to withdraw money. You're trying to withdraw money from your account, and the fact that you're trying to withdraw money from your account, you need to insert your PIN. So the secret phrase is what gives you access to the wallet. Note, a wallet is not actually storing your coins. So when you say, oh, you have a trust wallet and that your coins are stored in your trust wallet, that's technically not correct. Okay, so while we understand what you mean, if you're to take a look at the technicalities, that's not correct. What you actually have, what you're actually experiencing, is the fact that your coins is being stored in a blockchain. But the wallet is giving you access. The wallet is letting the blockchain know that, okay, this is the person that actually owns this amount of tokens or this amount of coins on this particular blockchain. Let's use another kind of example. Let's say you have a pool. Okay, maybe we could use something like how do we do this? Okay, let's say this is a very similar example, but it might not be 100%, but I think this is very similar, so you should be able to understand as well. So let's say you are maybe you bought stocks, or you bought shares, or something like that. So let's say you bought shares from a company. Now when you buy those shares, you are buying the shares from the company. So the shares, there are a bunch of shares that the company owns, and when you use a broker, whatever you use in buying those shares, that's now like you're saying, oh, this particular set of shares belong to me. Now, do the shares belong to the broker? Are the shares with the broker? No, the shares are with the company. They are company shares. But with that broker, you're able to say, yeah, this is what belongs to me. That's what a wallet does. So the wallet is more like your ID card. It's like your ID card saying, oh, in this pool of coins that we have here, that's what maybe we have so many coins, in here. In this pool of resources that we have, this is the section, this is the segment that belongs to what? That belongs to you. So that's what that means. That's what it says. And that's the reason why in a wallet, you have this recovery phrase or the seed phrase. The seed phrase could be soon mama, very early morning. John says random never plays. If you know what that mnemonic stands for, talking about the 9 planets, but that's just kidding anyways. It's not going to be that. But then again, it's going to be a bunch of words that you can use, that the wallet would use, in knowing that, okay, Anthony is the actual owner of this particular set of coins, of this particular set of tokens. Stephen is the actual owner of this particular set of coins, of this particular set of tokens. So that's what the secret phrase does for you. And that is the reason why your secret phrase is very, very important, that you secure, that you safeguard, and that you put it under lock and key. Your secret phrase should not be shared with people. I would say don't share your secret phrase with anyone. There are some people that have close friends that they share their token, their seed phrase with, maybe close friends or close family members. But if you ask me, don't share the secret phrase with anyone, because with that secret phrase, I could claim that I'm you. Because don't forget, the wallet is just it's a way for you to identify. It's a way for the blockchain to identify that these are the coins that belong to you. These are the tokens that belong to you. So when I have that seed phrase, then I can now say, maybe let's say Steven owns 100 bitcoins, okay, and I'm able to get Steven seed phrase. Then I could claim that, I'm actually Steven, because I know the mnemonics, I know the seed phrase. I put that into the wallet, and the wallet will give me access to those tokens, to those coins in the blockchain. That's a secret phrase. So your secret phrase should always be protected. No one should act. Please don't fall for scams, because sometimes you have people say, give me your secret phrase. Don't give anyone your secret phrase. Again, there are some people that share secret phrases, close friends, family, but you are very advised not to share your secret phrases with anyone. That's the reason Clanion is here again. That's the reason why we're actually teaching you how you can go about being an analyst, how you can go about generating another stream of income using digital assets. That way, you know how to face yourself. You're not relying on anyone to trade on your behalf. You're not trying to say, please, can you give me some signals? No, you are now your own master. That's why we are here, to guide you, to make you financially wise, which I'm going to be talking about in due time as well. Okay, so just stay with me. So that's the secret phrase. That is what it does, and it's very, very important that you get that secured. So now, looking at all of that, looking at the crypto wallet, the fact that this is what it means, this is how you can get into it. There's some advantages of having a crypto wallet as well. With a crypto wallet, you're not as regulated as the regulation that you get from the centralized system. Talking about your bank account, where for every transaction you're debited, or at the end of the month you get debited for credit card or debit card usage, all of this kind of stuff. Yes, while you're using a wallet, there might be some charges, but it's very, very rare. And those charges are things like your gas fees. But again, it's when compared to the centralized exchanges, there's a whole lot more advantage. So with a centralized exchange, you are monitored. Okay, so what's this person doing? This person has this amount of money in his accounts. With a decentralized exchange, that's talking about your crypto wallets now, that doesn't happen. Looking at all of these things, should you now get into crypto? Is there actually a reason why you should be looking to get into crypto? And the answer to that is yes, but there's something I would like to share with us. Now, if you come across, maybe you've come across this before, or maybe not, but at the start of the year, or rather, just at the end of the first quarter of the year, that's in March, the end of March, the Investments and Securities Act 2025 was signed. The last time that this particular act was revised was in 2007. 2007 was the last time that this particular act was revised. And in 2025, what this act shows, that it talks about a lot of things, the fact that Ponzi schemes were now a serious crime. But what I'm actually interested in, what I want you guys to take a look at, is the fact that the federal government of Nigeria now recognizes digital assets. If you had asked me at the start of the year, that, or maybe last year even, or 2 years ago, that do I think that the Nigerian government is ever going to recognize cryptocurrencies or as securities, or virtual currencies as securities? I would say, no, you're kidding. You're probably out of your mind. Okay, how is that ever going to happen? Because we know that there were lots of, while crypto was never really banned, but there were lots of regulations around it and all of that. But looking at this year, just in March, we saw that the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, went ahead to sign this into law. What does that tell you? That tells you that if a country like Nigeria, that's very, very conservative in its values, that have been trying to push back on these things for a while, if now they are willing to say, okay, you know what, this is where the world is heading, this is a place that we need to get into just like the rest of the world, to also see how we can benefit from this, that means that you should as well. Again, the federal government of Nigeria is saying, okay, we're getting into this as well. That should be like, oh yeah, this is actually something to get into, because this has been in existence for a long while, but finally the Nigerian government signed this into law. And you can take a look at those reports. Okay, so if you once you fill the form that has been sent to the chat box by my colleague. So once you click on that link to fill the form, you're gonna get you'll be sent the recording session, the recording, the slides, all of that. So that once you get access to this, you can just click on this to read the entire report, or you can just go online right now and check out the ISA 2025. It was carried out by many newspaper publications, and so it's not something hidden at all. That's one of the reasons for you to get into crypto. And of course, most importantly, the fact that so many of us, we are looking to say, okay, you know what, this is what I'm doing at the moment, but I want to be able to live more comfortably, especially looking at inflation. While that is not the main topic for today, there's a report that from, if you take a look at the Central Bank of Nigeria, that's the CBN website, you are going to see the inflation report for every year. And from that report, what you see, and you can also check this out. Again, this is something that while you're on your device, you can just check out the CBN website, open it up, and take a look at the inflation report. And you see that in January, in December, January, February, there was, I think, an average of 25 to 30% inflation every month. And what it means is that if you have a million naira sitting in the bank, or if you have 10,000 naira even sitting in the bank, or 100,000 naira sitting in the bank, that while at the end of the year, you might get maybe 5% returns from the bank until you get around the 105,000. That's your money is actually reducing, because if maybe there was a 30% inflation, and previously you had what? You had 100,000. Okay, you had what? You had 100,000. So let's say previously you had 100,000. And then at the end of the year, you got a 5%. Sometimes it's not even up to 5%. You guys understand what I mean, okay? With the different banks. So let's say you get a 5% increase, and so you have 105% as interest at the end of the year. Then the fact that there was at least a 30% inflation, and it's usually higher than this, because this is per month, right? The fact that there's a 30% inflation means that this amount of money that you have is now actually going to be worth around 70,000. While it might still be looking at like 100,000, the purchasing power of that amount of money is going to reduce. It's going to what? It's going to reduce. And so you end up spending more for less. So because of that, many of us are looking at ways to generate other streams of income in addition to your 9 to 5. 9 to 5 is great, but for many of us, we say, okay, with this my 9 to 5, can I still have something that is generating money by the side? That way you can live better, you can get things done, you can do everything that you want to. Crypto and digital assets, getting into forex, getting into sports, that's actually one of the avenues for this as well. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that that once you get into crypto today, tomorrow you become Elon Musk. No, that's not what I'm saying. But the fact that potential is actually there, that's the reason why Kleiner is here. We are here to show you how you can actually work with the skills, because many people don't really understand what it means to get into sports. Many people don't really understand what it means to get into forex. The thing that getting into sports is all about just downloading First Wallet, just like we've understood what it means to get a wallet. That it's all about downloading the wallet and just hoping for maybe buying a coin or two with some money that they have in the bank. That's just a recipe for disaster when you have no clue what the market means. Getting into sports, getting into forex is actually a tech skill. Everyone knows tech. Everyone wants to get into tech. Tech is the new oil money, as they say. Sports, forex, they're actually tech skills. So that means that there are certain tools that you have to know. There are certain things you have to understand for you to say, yes, I'm a sports analyst, for you to say, yes, I'm a forex analyst, and not just a trader, because traders, most times, they lose a lot of money. The people that actually benefit from the system most of the time are the analysts themselves. So while, yes, everybody makes losses, anyone that tells you they don't make a loss, that's a big fat lie. Everyone makes losses, but your goal at every time is to ensure that you are able to make more profit than losses. Because when you make more profit than losses, what does that mean? That means that you're actually making profit, and that's the reason why Claudio is here. That's how we get to. That's why we're here to help you. So that being said, that's that's one of the reasons why you should get into the space. But then again, you might be wondering, okay, so I hear you, Aisha say, I hear you loud and clear. So this is actually something I'm interested in. If not, I doubt you would have been on this call right now. You probably saw an ad somewhere and you're like, okay, this is something I want to get into. I've been meaning to get into sport, but there's really no place to learn. The only thing you see is someone that says join my Telegram channel. You join the Telegram channel and then you start seeing signals here and there. Let's say join the Telegram call. But there's really no structured place that you can go ahead to learn the things that you have to do. And that's why we're here. That's why you are here as well. So that being said, one question that you might have, what then would make me succeed? Because here, this is a place I want to get into. And the reason I'm getting into this is not because I want to lose money. The reason I'm even wanting to get into sports or into Forex in the first place is because I want to generate a passive stream of income. So I'm not looking for a place that I want to dump money. I'm looking for a place that I want to put in money and get in returns back. So what is now the strategy for success? How am I going to move from point A that I currently am to point B that I want to get to? Which of course we call the gap analysis if you understand business analysis. But that's something else for another day. So that being said, the 6-step strategy that you need to work with, the 6-step strategy that would ensure that you are able to achieve the goals that you set out for yourself is simple. The first thing that you have to do is that you have to be able to identify the path for you. What does that mean? It means that, do you want to be a sports analyst or do you want to be a Forex analyst? Because they are two different things. They don't mean the same. And that's the reason we're having this conversation right now. That's the reason why you're listening to me speak. That's the reason you probably have not dropped off, because you want to understand, do I want to be a sports analyst or a Forex analyst? There are two differences, and I'm going to explain what it means, right? So after you've been able to identify the path for you, the next thing you have to do is to learn the skills. You have to learn the right way. What do I mean by learn the skills? You have to actually learn. You have to actually learn. And I'm going to show you a quick snippet. Okay, just give me a moment. I'm going to pull up the classroom. Like I said, we already have a course running. We have a course that's currently running, and I'm going to show you what the classroom looks like, because you get to learn in a structured manner. You get to learn in a structured manner. So just give me a moment. Okay, so pull up. I'll just share that. Okay, so you want to learn in a way that makes sense. You don't just want to go learning on a Telegram channel. And again, this is not to throw shades on Telegram. You do have some legit stuff there, but then again, that's usually a place for people that already have some sort of experience, people that already know it's a thing or two about the space. For people like you, for people like me, when I started, then that was not what I was looking for. I was looking for an actual place where I can get access to my materials. For example, taking a look at this. This was a class that was held today. Okay, this was a class that was held today where you can take a look at the PDF. So this was the material that was used, and then this was the section, the recording of that particular session. Today they had their introduction to sports trading. Okay, this was the onboarding session that they had last week, where they had the onboarding slides, the session recording, where every session is recorded. Every freaking, pardon my language, okay? Every single session is recorded. So that maybe you miss a class and that you want to go back to this, you want to go back to the class and, just go through everything again so you have a better understanding. You are able to go through that. You need access to the materials so you can be able to understand what was taught. You're able to do that. And the classes are very, very practical, very, very practical. You're learning how to work with the different tools, from your CoinMarketCap to your CoinGecko, and of course, if you're looking at getting into Forex, your TradingView, your MT4, taking a practicalized approach to things. And this is the June cohort. That's the reason why you see 2506. So they just started not too long ago. That's the reason you see 2506. So for every class they're going to get, for everything they're going to do, all of those sessions will be here. And of course, there's a community that they have access to speak with experts. But we'll get into that. Okay, we'll get into that. Just stay with me. So that is how you want to actually learn, and not just learning where you just maybe receiving messages on the WhatsApp group and you don't even know what's going on, but that you're able to settle down. You're able to speak to a facilitator, just like the way we are in the session right now. The facilitator facilitator is there, you're speaking to the facilitator, you're getting experience, you're asking questions, you're understanding why everything is going on the way it's going on, and not just seeing someone clicking on their screen and just showing charts and you don't even know what's going on. Again, this approach is very, very suitable for you, especially if you're a beginner in the space. So that's what you have to do. You have to learn the skills. And then the next thing that you're taking a look at is that you have to go ahead to practice. Practice, practice, practice. What does practice mean? You want to have practice simulations. Practice simulations where you have tested the things that you've learned, you get to test. It's just like a pilot, or let's say a doctor now. You're done with college and then you go for medical school. Okay, you're done with medical school. You don't just go ahead, you don't just dive into treating patients immediately. No, you then have to carry out your residency. This is where you are partnered with someone that is guiding you through, an expert, of course, so probably a specialist in that field, right? They're getting you, okay, this is what you need to do, this is what you need to do. You're practicing, or like a pilot. After you're done with flight school, you don't just start riding a plane immediately. No, you have to test. You have different simulations where, okay, what do I do in case of danger? What do I do in case of this? And so it's a bit worrisome to me. Where I see people that are new into space, they just learn how to work with 1, 2, and the next thing they know, they're already putting in money. And that's one a recipe for disaster, really. So you want to practice what you've learned using real-life simulations. Practice simulations where you're working with dummy currencies and you're trying to predict the markets. And of course, the fact is that it's a dummy currency means that if you actually get the prediction right, you're not going to make money, right? And also, if you don't get the prediction right, you're not going to lose money as well because you're practicing. So you have an understanding of what it takes to succeed before you actually go ahead and start making some investments. And then you also want to be able to gain the trade psychology and the risk mastery. Very, very important. Because for you to succeed in the space, it's not just enough for you to succeed in the space. It's not just enough for you to have an understanding of the technical skills. No, there are certain things that you have to understand. It takes 50-50. 50 is the technical skills, the other 50 is the trade psychology and the risk mastery. For you to be able to get that, you want to ensure that in addition to the live classes, that you are able to have one-on-one sessions with experts, people that you are speaking to. Maybe you're looking to make any kind of moves and you need someone to just speak to. Of course, you want to be able to have that, and you of course, while we might not be financial advisors, we get to tell you, okay, this is what we know works, and at the end of the day, you get to make any decision. You get to make the final decision on how you want to go about that. To having live trading analysis where you're not just looking at someone that is trading, but rather the person is taking you through their thought process. This is the reason why I'm doing this. This is the reason why I'm doing that. And you can also share your thought process as well. Oh, this is what I wanted to do due to this news that I saw. For both people, for you and the facilitator and every other person to come together and decide on the best course of action. To navigating financial investment, for you to succeed as a trader, it's very, very important that you have a balanced portfolio. And what does that mean? For you to succeed as a trader, you want to ensure that you have a balanced portfolio. You want to ensure that your income is diversified. So at the end of the month, you receive a certain amount of money if you have a 9 to 5, which is great. Now, you don't want to put all of your money in savings, and you don't want to put all of your money in crypto, okay, or in Forex. So what you want to do is that you want to have, of course, your needs and your wants. It's there, so you want to be able to purchase your needs and wants. Let's say you put 30% into your needs and wants, then maybe another 20% will go into savings, and then you have maybe another 30% would go into your crypto, your Forex, and that 20% would go into your conservative investments, talking about your mutual funds, your treasury bills, your commercial paper, all of that. So you want to ensure you have a balanced portfolio so that you're able to make money from other places, from different places. A certain percentage could also go into your S&P 500 if you're into the US stock market or the Nigerian equivalent. And then you can also have a certain percentage going into your high yield interest savings account. That is what will make you successful, because your goal again is to see how you can get another stream of income. While you're doing this, you also want to be, getting extra income. Then of course, maybe even get to a point where you're like, oh, I think I can fully focus on this right now. And this is what you need. Then networking and having a great portfolio. The portfolio is what I just explained about having a diversified portfolio. And networking, you want to be able to speak with people of like minds, people that are looking to achieve the same goals that you are looking to achieve. People that also have their own lives, that are not just people that are sending pictures of their latest cars, no, but people that are also looking to do what you're looking to do, so that you guys come together. Oh, this is what I think would work. This is what I think would work. And you get to get that done. And of course, you get to achieve your goals. All of this put together, that is what will make you become an expert. All of this put together is what would help you generate another stream of income. Okay, so The next thing that you need to understand now, what are the skills you need? What are the skills that you actually need to either be a sport analyst or a forex analyst? The skills that you need for you to be a forex analyst, the first thing that you have to understand, or rather, the series of stuff you have you have to understand the core trading concept, your MT4 integration and navigation. How can you utilize that? You need to understand your technical fundamental and sentimental analysis. For example, looking at I don't know if you had the news about if you're current with the with news, you would understand that there was a time when, I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago, when Israel bombed Iran. Okay, now your technical analysis, let's say the night before you decide to take a look at the chart, and you're like, okay, this one's gonna work, this one's gonna work, and then before you wake up in the morning, you're like, oh, Israel is bombing Iran, and due to that, you start hearing news of, oh, World War Three. What that usually does to the market is that you start seeing a dip. Now that is fundamental analysis. So you don't just use technical analysis. You see how you can use your technical, your fundamental, or sentimental analysis, bringing them together to ensure that you're able to achieve your goals. And that's what you'd also get to learn. So your support and resistance levels, your candlestick and chart patterns, your leverage, lot size and spread, your risk management strategies, all of those things are what you get to know. And then the tools that you'll be working with, tools like your MT4, your MT5, your Trading View, your Mexi Global, your Forex Factory, also your XNET as well. Those are what you get to learn. And the learning timeline is for 2 months. You get to learn for 1 month. You have 1 month of learning, and then you have another 1 month of mentorship. So 1 month of learning and 1 month mentorship. And the learning timeline classes on Saturdays and Sundays. On Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time, and on Sundays from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. West African time. That's how you get to learn. And if you're looking to get into sports, maybe you want to be a crypto analyst. Okay, so sports actually means crypto. So you want to be a crypto analyst. Then what are you looking at to get into crypto? What you're looking at, the first thing that you have to understand, introduction to sports trading. What does that actually mean? Then you have to carry out a sports trading on decentralized, know about sports trading on centralized exchanges and trading on decentralized exchanges, what both of them mean. How you can carry out your staking, your yield finance, because there are different ways that you can make money in crypto, not just by buying and selling coins. You have your pre-sales as well. Then you also have your narratives and research, your risk management in trading, which is very, very important. Trading stocks and trading crypto. We make you financially smart at Kleiner. We're not just, oh, crypto, crypto, crypto. We show you crypto. We show you other avenues how you can trade stocks and you can trade shares. For example, if you bought Zenith shares or Zenith shares last year, you're smiling right now. And I'm talking about Zenith. I'm sure you know Zenith Bank. If you're in Nigeria, of course. So you know Zenith Bank. Their shares did very, very well last year. So there are different ways that you can, generate that income. That's the reason why we talk about having a balanced portfolio. Very, very important. Having a balanced portfolio. And of course, trading stocks on the traditional market. The tools that you'll be working with, you'd learn how to work with tools like your Dex Screener, your CoinGecko, your CoinGecko, to your Binance, your CoinMarketCap, your Bamboo. You're also going to be learning a little bit of XNET. Of course, XNET is mainly for the Forex analyst, but yeah, you'd all just get a very, very, little overview about that and what it does. And yeah, but you're actually going to be focused on spot alone. And again, I showed you what the classroom looked like. Maybe I'm going to play a recording of one of the sessions that happened, so you also get to have an understanding of what the classes actually look like and how you are going to be learning. The learning timeline is still for 2 months. You'll get to learn for 1 month, 1 month of learning and 1 month of mentorship as well. So 1 month of learning and 1 month of mentorship. And the class timelines, Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time, and on Sundays from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. West African time. For you to also succeed, there are 2 things that you need. And I also already talked about this, the TS plus the TPRM. The TS being the technical skills and the TPRM being the trading psychology and the risk mastery. Both things put together, that's what would actually help you achieve success. And that's why, in addition to what you're going to be learning, the classes you'll be getting, you getting the skills that will help you become a sports analyst or a forex analyst. You get to have one-on-one sessions with experts when you're looking to make a move and you just need someone to just listen to you to tell you what they think. Then you have live analysis. I already talked about this. 2, having sessions on navigating financial investments. Very, very important. This right here, very, very important. Okay, so how can I have a balance? But it's very important. Trust me, you want to succeed in trading, you have to have a balanced portfolio. You want to be waking up to several alerts from here, alerts from there, alerts from here. We're going to show you the different kinds of investments: the conservative, the moderate, the aggressive. The conservative investment, talking about things like your mutual funds, where you can get, so let's say you, for in a year, you get around 20 to 21, 23% max, usually, returns in a year. And as a conservative investment, the chance of you losing your money is next to zero because it's conservative investment. So examples are your mutual funds, your treasury bills. We get to show you how you can get into that. So let's say you put in 100,000 at the start of the year. 1 year time, you're going to get 120,000 back. So you can also just do your research, okay? You can browse it out, mutual funds. So you understand what a mutual fund is. That's an example. So you want to ensure you have a balanced portfolio. Very, very important. Many people don't do this. And that is what our current participants are currently getting. People that have registered for our program. And like I showed you, they're currently in class right now, having a swell time. And maybe one of those days would also bring them on a session like this to tell you, to share their experience with you. And then we also have the market rundown. The market rundown where you've been probably that week you've been very busy due to the fact you have to go to work, you have kids, we understand life, right? But so this section, what the session will do is that you get to understand. So we show you, we do the research for you, and we tell you, okay, this is what has happened this week. For example, looking at the World War III threat due to Israel and Iran going to it. You might not know, but that is actually having a massive effect on the market. Or looking at about last week or 2 weeks ago, where there was a fight between Elon and Trump, that also had a massive effect on the market. So these things like this, you have to understand. There are events that will make the market just go up. There are those that will make it go down. So the market rundown, we're going to give you all of those breakdown for when you miss out on any news. Then, of course, having a fantastic alumni community, a community where it's not just all just sending people that are actually looking at ways to succeed. Okay, so you're sharing ideas. Oh, this is what I'm about to do. This is what I'm about to do. People that understand what it means to have a family, because so many people on Telegram, again, not throwing shades at Telegram. I'm also in some Telegram channels as well. But for you that's looking to, okay, this is what I want to do. You that's looking to get some that stream of income, that's a newbie in the space, that's looking to see how you can get started and start making some money, either as a sport analyst or as a forex analyst. You need a community that makes sense. All of this puts together, that is what would help you achieve success. So for you to get all of these things, what you have to do is very simple. You have to join our next cohort, and our next cohort is going to begin on the 5th of July. 5th of July, that's when our next cohort is going to begin. And for you to be a part of the next cohort, you just have to go ahead to register. The amount at the moment is 50,000. So for the full amount, you get to pay 50,000 for the 50,000. But right now we are running a 20% discount for the first 10 people to register, especially looking at the fact that we are currently in the men's mental health month. So please, for the men out there, please ensure you protect your mental health. Very, very important. Okay. So there's a discount currently going on where you get to pay 40,000 instead of the initial 50,000, either for the forex analyst program or for the sports analyst program. And how do you get to register? My colleague just sent in the payment details to the chat box, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. So once you click on that link, it's going to bring you over to the Kleiner registration hub, and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so it's going to bring you over to the Kleiner registration hub. It brings you here, and over here you can go ahead to, maybe you're trying to make payments and you have a question or two. Okay, maybe you're trying to make payments, you have a question or two. You can go ahead to click on this to chat with Kleiner, and it will guide you on everything that you need to do. Over here, you can get access to our program brochures. Maybe you're looking to get into the sports analyst program, the forex analyst program. With our brochures, you get to have an understanding of what you're going to be learning from point A to point Z. And then once you scroll down, you can see where you have Visit Store. So by clicking on Visit Store, it opens up a page. So it's going to open up, okay, so it's going to open up this page where you get to select the program you're looking to register for. So let's say you want to register for sports analyst. So you click on sports analyst, and then you click on secure your seat. So you can see the discount is currently on. So you click on secure your seat, and then once you do that, a pop-up will appear asking you for where you want to make payments. If you want to make payments using your card, so there are several cards that are accepted, as you can see from there. So you can use your card, or you can make a transfer. And as soon as you make payments, you get a receipt. Excuse me, that will be sent to you via email. And on that receipt, a link will be attached telling you to click on that link to complete your registration. So you can click on that link to complete your registration, or you can come back to the client registration hub over here, and then you click on upload your receipt here. So once you click on that, you upload your receipt, and then you get a confirmation email from us confirming your payment, and also your program kits that contains everything you need to be a part of the program. Again, you want to see how you can get started on this. This is what the June cohorts, they already have an amazing time. So maybe we can even go through one of the sessions for you to see. I don't know if you're going to be able to go through that. So this is the session recording, so you can see how the participants are learning, how they're asking questions. You're actually taking a very, very practical approach, right? And these are the class slides. So these are the class slides, and it's very, very practical, like I said. So you have the practice simulations. You understand, okay, what is spot trading? How does it work? Spot versus features. We show you how you can set up your account. We show you how you can get started. Everything. We are taking you through the bit by bit. I'm not just telling you, oh, this is the coin you need to buy, because we are not showing you, just giving you features. No, we're showing you how you can be an analyst yourself. Because for many of us, we're not just looking to make a quick buck here. We want to make this a long-term thing. We want to become maestros in the field, because this can change your life for the better. And that's what many of us are looking for. And that's the reason why we take the approach that we take. That being said, I don't know if you have a question for me. If you have a question, you can go ahead to ask your question. And yeah, so if you have a question for me, please go ahead to ask your question. You can use the raise hand icon and I'll call on you to ask your question. But if no questions, I guess we can call it a day for now. Okay, so the next quarter is going to begin July 5th, and just a couple of weeks from now. So see them, go ahead to register so you can see how you can jump into this as quickly as possible. So you can also have a great time as well. And one of these days, we're going to get some of our participants that will jump on this call as well to also share their experience with you, so you get to hear from them too. Thank you for joining me today. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to send your questions to any of the admins on the community, or you can send us an email, and then we'll see how we can assist you. So go ahead to register as quickly as you can, so you end up being a part of the discount and that you don't end up paying the full amount. Happy Men's Mental Health Month, everyone, and I'll see you when next to see you. Cheers.